Hi, and welcome back to Wandering Wild. It's Forgotten Friday, and today we're going to be talking about the Tasmanian tiger. Okay, so the thylacine, or Tasmanian tiger, was the largest carnivore marsupial of the modern age. Now, this animal went extinct within the last 100 years, and specimens were found in zoos as late as 1930. This animal was native to continental Australia, Tasmania, and New Guinea. Now, we know that this animal was a rather shy nocturnal species that much resembled a medium-sized dog except for its stiff tail and stripes that started about mid-back through the tail. Now, this animal also had a pouch, and it was similar to that of kangaroos. And we know that it is one of only 2 marsupial species to have a pouch in both males and females. The other species, fun fact, is a water opossum. Now, this animal also had several unique adaptations. First off, it could open its jaws up to 80 degrees wide. That's quite extreme. It also had a very stiff, awkward gait that kind of prevented it from running. So instead, it would often exhibit a bipedal hop, much like you see in kangaroos, another marsupial. Now, this animal, though it was found on mainland Australia, was rare or almost extinct before the time of British colonization. However, it remained stable on the island of Tasmania. Now, we're not completely sure why the animal went extinct, even though it was in the recent history. We do often contribute it to overhunting, and often bounties were placed on these animals because they, like wolves and coyotes now, can be sort of a nuisance to livestock farmers and to settlers. Now, this meant that, as a bounty is, a person could hunt this animal and then turn it in to certain construction businesses and even the government for a price. And that led to some of the decline of the Tasmanian tiger. Now, it's called a tiger because of its stripes, but it more closely resembles a dog, as we said earlier. Now, other reasons that this animal went extinct are the ones we're not really sure about. Just the hunting itself really probably couldn't have caused the animal to go extinct, because after a while regulations were put in place to stop this hunting to lower it into end bounties. So we also had many specimens in zoos. So we know that hunting didn't cause this extinction by itself. However, we're not really sure what did cause it. There's a possibility of disease. There's also the possibility that settlement really interrupted these shy creatures and they couldn't adapt to the environment that now included humans. Now, though this animal has been determined as extinct, there are still sightings every year, and many people really want to see that the Tasmanian tiger is still alive. Now, the picture that you've been looking at throughout this video is a drawing recreation of a Tasmanian tiger in color. However, we do have some pictures of Tasmanian tigers in black and white, like the one you see on the screen now. The last known thylacine, or Tasmanian tiger, that we know of was Benjamin, and he was at the Hobart Zoo until 1936. Him and a few friends were much the topic of speculation because at this point, the odds of seeing a Tasmanian tiger in the wild were pretty much non-existent. This is what we like to call extinct in the wild. So some animals, we have the opportunity to take from the wild a few of them and put them in zoos, where we can protect them from poaching, from hunting, from habitat encroachment and loss. And by doing this, we can start captive breeding programs that can bring the animal back to numbers that can be introduced in the wild so that they will survive. This was not really a common practice in the 1930s during the decline of the Tasmanian tiger. So when we brought them into the zoos, it was more or less just so that we could see these animals before they were gone. They didn't really understand or have plans in place to bring that animal back like we do now. So Unfortunately, these were the last Tasmanian tigers in the zoo. But we did learn a lot from these animals. Short video clips were taken, and we have pictures. Now, as I said, because these animals are shy and nocturnal, people are not convinced they are gone. They just think that we can't find them in the really remote areas of Tasmania. And so it's become quite the challenge to find live specimens. And I don't know if they're still out there or not. Deep in my heart, I hope they are. I hope they're still there, and I hope they're living happy little lives. And if someone finds them, I hope that we can do everything possible to help them. But we've had quite the contest going over the years to see who could find them. The first person to really do this was American media mogul Ted Turner in 1983, when he offered $100,000 to anyone who could prove that the Tasmanian tiger was still out there. Of course, this ran out before anyone was able to do so. Also, an Australian magazine, The Bulletin, offered $1.25 million to anyone who could bring a live specimen of the thylacine to them. This was in honor of their 125th anniversary. Unfortunately, none were found. People are still out there looking, and I hope one day that we're happy to find out that the thylacine is still living a happy life in the hidden places of Tasmania. I hope you enjoyed learning all about the Tasmanian tiger today on Forgotten Friday. As always, my sources are found in the description box below, and if you liked what you saw, give us a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any more videos. And as always, stay wild and never stop wondering.